Let's crack. Green bean fans. Now, let's talk. Disney is a big major company that owns everything when it comes to film and entertainment. And what little it don't own, it tries to squeeze to death. And I wonder why a lot of DC movies and all these other movies that come out, yeah, I'll be like, man, that was a good movie. But it's always some weird rumor come up about it. And it causes people not to even check out the movies. Well, Captain Marvel just really blew everything out of proportion because of the way that was handled. Because that Black Panther movie came out. Black Panther movie had so much positive vibe and everything else that surprised them. Marvel went spearheaded into Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel comes out, and they wanted Captain Marvel to be the first time we've seen a woman independent come out and stand up power figure of the year. When Battle Angel Alita was out, much better movie.
That's a movie you got on there.
Rotten Tomato, because it's not Disney, lowered the ratings, put it down at like 34%. Then you see the audience rating score high in the 90s. How is that so much of a discrepancy? It's like 34 and 94. Yeah. With Captain Marvel, they wouldn't even let you put a negative response about the movie in the comments under the video. If you had anything negative to say about Captain Marvel, it was not going under the description. Period.
Okay, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, you didn't see Captain Marvel. Yeah, so with that being said, you saw the differentials. Now, Disney ran into a problem because of Dumbo. Dumbo is a great movie. Great movie. Good, strong movie. It's just told in an old-fashioned way now. But it's considered old-fashioned. Where kids now, because of all the superhero movies, it's boring for them. It moves too slow. It's a movie about a story and imagination. But it bombed at the box office. Rotten Tomatoes still protecting Dumbo. Fandango comes out, does this big promo thing, anything from Marvel. DC movie comes out. They have these guys on YouTube who are all aligned with Aloe. That's who their group is. And once they are signed with Aloe, they are forced to conform and risk their integrity. Yep, risk their integrity.
So, and it's environmental for the most part. In some neighborhoods where you at, you either pray or predator. So if you don't want your gym shoes stolen,
and make everything better for them. When Suicide Squad came out, they bombed the movie. And Suicide Squad wasn't that bad at all. It's just different opinions on how they went with the villain, but it wasn't like it was trash. But if you listen to Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes, and some of these apologists that are in Disney Marvel's pockets, and people that used to work for Disney now working at Rotten Tomatoes and working for Fandango.
For about 6 months, I was working at McDonald's and doing the
I think that's a clear point of collusion.
I was out of the neighborhood and met my wife.
So DC is doing something a little different. Instead of overthinking themselves, they're saying, you know what, we don't care. We just gonna make the movie that we want to make. But we're DC. We got all the characters. We got the better characters. We had the comics that people wanted to see. So they're looking at the better movie. DC always had better characters than Marvel. Sorry. It's not even close. It's not even close, really. If you read the comic book, you already know all the characters.
Get those men an ultimatum. If you still want to keep coming around here, you gotta stop. You know whether they really love you. You see it change him, it change me. More of Judge Mathis when you return. I was up to like a mentor in her life. We took back her family. You know how to steal? No, I cannot.
Captain Marvel was a character that didn't sell. Ant-Man was interesting in the comics early on, but not a real big seller. Spider-Man blew. Incredible Hulk blew. X-Men blew. Iron Man was never a popular character like that. Iron Man and Daredevil were like the same. They were never that popular, so they would mix them up together. The movies done them way more justice. But then you look at DC, Aquaman, Flash, Superman, Batman. You cannot compare. There's no comparison. They are the better characters. Period. They're the kings of it. They sit on top of the throne.
My friend, if you've ever considered getting a walk-in tub, I'm so excited to introduce you to Safe Step Walk-in Tub's all-new shower package. For a limited time, when you purchase a Safe Step Walk-in Tub, they'll upgrade your order to include a free shower package. You heard me.
Yes, it was. I mean, it was amazing. Never seen anything like it.
Adjustable for your height all the way to 7 feet. Now you can finally enjoy the best of both worlds with the therapeutic benefits of a warm, soothing bath. It can help increase mobility, pain, boost energy, and improve sleep, or take a safe, refreshing shower, all in one amazing product. Please call now and get your.
But that's something to ask yourself, because DC's been doing a lot of shaky things, a lot of shaky and disturbing things. I have seen the Joker trailer, but I need to watch it again to fully understand what's going on. But I like the look of it.
I am in the back. The designer sales event. Perfect. Sale and sale.
Well, they're doing what they want to do. They're controlling the reviews. If anybody write anything negative about one of their films, they will not be allowed to see any Disney film, which is about 80% of the films that are put out. But because of superhero films, people can't appreciate smaller films like Dumbo. It's not a lot of CGI, not a lot of power, people, machines going by, so kids get bored really quick. Their imagination don't work. Now, if we'd have saw this in the 80s and 90s, we'd have thought this was out of this world. So that says bye-bye to replay value. And Dumbo's a good movie.
So if you don't want your gym shoes stolen, you join up. If you don't want to get beat, robbed every day,
without telling you, suing her brother.
I can't wait for the sequel to Shazam.
Young people in the inner city or parents, you got to do your best to try.
Yeah, I did a live viewing of that trailer. It's in the timeline here.
Areas. Then come back and try and help the folks in those
I know Fandango. They work. They employees. Yep. Yep. Leadership for both are filled with former Disney employees. We know that. Seattle, you're on point.
You gotta get out of that environment. So you're not consumed by the crowd.
With all that on there.
All that
Mm-hmm.
you see every single day. Go back. That's why I have a 70% recidivism rate. 70% of the people who are in prison go back within a year and a half.
The Captain Marvel did what they wanted it to do. It over exceeded. It's almost at 800 million. Battlestar Alita is almost at 400 million. When they thought it wasn't going to get its money back because they spent 200 million making it.
In 2017, with my associates, and I gave my CADC drug addiction concert license. I passed my test.
But Alita's the better movie. And Wonder Woman was better than Captain Marvel. But people were scared to talk about Captain Marvel.
I wouldn't know nothing about it.
And Captain Marvel wasn't a bad movie. It's just a good movie.
I know.
Yeah. That's right. X-Men and Spider-Man are the comics that carry the Marvel franchise. The Incredible Hulk, too. Incredible Hulk comic was carrying Marvel as well. Disney will never own DC. Never. Let me tell you, Disney will never own DC.
Not a borrow, a sale. Okay, and when did he relinquish it, or was it repossessed?
In 2014 or 15, that's when the DMV told me that.
Everybody gonna come in here and ask me about the Joker trailer.
Sir, what do you say?
I'm going to do a review of the Joker trailer later. I had time to watch it, but I didn't really get into it and see what everything was that's going on. Because I really don't think he's going to be the Joker.
I know. Family members.
Yes, it seems like a period piece, but it doesn't seem like he's the real Joker.
But Your Honor, I don't know nothing. I told her I did get a couple of tickets on the car, but I don't know.
I think he's the guy that's going to inspire the Joker that we all know.
It was in front of my house. But I think
You have to go back and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see any
The thing you got to
between 09 and
put all that in.
which is what the time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From his house in 15. So I don't know why you're so confused.
But I never.
Why should you wait for?
I don't believe I got all those tickets.
Well, that's totally but it's going to be 9 to 15, and those are the dates.
No, sir. Adrian, you thinking the movies. Now, what I would give Marvel is their better casting. Okay, they're better casting. They caught people at the tail end of their careers, but people knew them. Robert Downey Jr. was basically at the tail end of his career. You got him cheap. He ended up having to pay to keep him, but he fits. He's perfect. Fireman. Chris Evans, who was always Johnny Storm, ended up being a perfect Captain America. Perfect. Chris Hemsworth, perfect for Thor. So the casting was a lot better. DC is always unsure about everything they do. They about to replace the Superman that they just replaced Superman with.
Right.
How many Batmans we gonna have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm out of fingers. You know, it's like.
I wasn't hearing some of my partner because back in April 2018 because her family neglected her.
Oh yeah, Brie Larson, and it's some bad blood going on over there. She coming in there rocking the boat. She might not get a Captain Marvel. They might kill her off in the Avengers.
She'll leave her kids off on me, sneak out the house, and go do whatever she do.
Oh, grandma's all right. She watching Judge Mathis.
Yeah, like I said, but we know you're with that. You know, some really done their back with that. We watch them.
I'll stand in the audience and clap when she goes.
She told me like, she was bad and stuff. She don't know that I was reading her text messages. And basically, like, Ariel just a user.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, for 3 years. You see this?
Yeah. No, I did not. She was doing that.
Yeah, I'll stand up and clap. Yeah.
There's more Judge Mathis after this.
We watched The Flash. They've been reruns. Flash ain't coming back for like what, 2 weeks?
What?
You don't go to work to the day. You leave at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now you run on stay on her with you.
Oh, let's stop right there. Did you feel your mother's television?
No,
You never stole a television.
No, I stole 2 TVs from the house, but they weren't
From your mother.
No, they weren't her TVs. No, they were my uncle's. They were my uncle's.
Oh, whoa. You never heard. I steal from my mama. It was my uncle.
Mm-mm-mm. Black Lightning was cool until they started going down this route they shouldn't have. I want to see Black Lightning. They showing me the daughters too much.
I promised my clients because if they don't discount more, it means I put more money in their pocket. Where it belongs. We keep it an accident home. Full power. Lawyer.
I used to drive a truck for a living, but since I got hurt, can't anymore. The first thing you need to do is call me. Larry got me $75,000 for my on-the-job injury. I'm attorney Larry Sparty, and I win workers' comp cases.
Call 312-999-8888. Vision can do more than just make you see right. The right pair of glasses can make you look amazing too. Get 2 complete pairs of single vision glasses for $59 or 2 glasses for $99. And choose from over 500 brands. Vision we're here to help you. I got hurt in the car. The Illinois Hammer turned this back into $400,000.
Oh, absolutely.
$550,000 now. That's a lot of money. You've been hurt in a work injury or personal injury. Call me right now. Illinois.
Today, on the you.
Uh-oh, something just happened, and I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened.